Here in the United States, most supermarkets have a special aisle for imported food items, called the international section. As many of you know from watching my channel, I'm a big fan of the kind of culture which American grocery stores would consider to be international. Because of this, I make sure to take a peek in the international section whenever I'm at the grocery store. Having traveled around a bit, I've been in a multitude of grocery stores, and I have found that the quality of the international section has varied pretty vastly in these stores. After all, I've made some pretty awesome finds. I have found imported Spätzle, I have found authentic German sauerkraut, which, by the way, tastes leagues better than the so-called kraut which American companies make. And overall, the best thing I would say I found in the international section was Ukrainian kvass, which costed little more than $1 for a 2-liter bottle. These things were amazing, and I was more than thrilled to find them sold in American stores. However, for each awesome thing which I have found in an American grocery store, believe me, I have faced a myriad of disappointments. Take how just this week I was at the grocery store, and I had never looked in its international section, so I decided to take a gander, hoping to perhaps find something that would strike me as interesting. I take my first step into the aisle. Look to my left, look to my right. I see a bunch of blue cans containing shit like chickpeas and other Hispanic foods which I cannot pronounce. All produced by the same company, Goya Foods. I thought to myself, this makes sense. I've heard so much about the critically acclaimed Latin American food. It is only natural to see a few cans here. So I walked further. I looked to my left, I looked to my right. I see some soda bottles with strangely colored liquids in them. I take a closer look at one with a dark maroon color, hoping that it would contain beet kvass. Instead, I find out that all these liquids are strange Latin American drinks with names I couldn't even imagine understanding. For all I know, these bottles could be full of engine oil. Oh, and by the way, they were all made by Goya. I walk even further. Look to my left, look to my right. I find some Latin American seasonings, all made by Goya. I walk even further. Look to my left, and finally see something that isn't Latin American. Olives. And I start to think to myself, wow, look at these delicious olives. They are such an important staple in Greek and Italian cuisine. But then, I took a closer look at the olive jars, and they too were made by Goya. At this point, I was getting a little frustrated. As I went down the aisle, I started to read all the food labels. Goya leche de coco. Goya extra virgin olive oil. Goya crackers. Goya ready-to-eat plantains. Goya queso blanco. Goya yellow rice. Goya canned sardines. Goya quinoa seeds. Just Goya after Goya after Goya. As I reached the end of the aisle, I finally saw the only two non-Latin American foods in the entire section. Some Japanese soy sauce and some Yiddish potato pancakes. Say what you want about Yiddish cuisine, but after traveling through shelf after shelf of kidney beans, I was all for eating some latkes doused in soy. But seriously, why is it that a single continent gets to take up all the shelf space in the international section? I mean, I get it. Latin American food is pretty popular, and non-Americanized European food is pretty niche, but could you at least give the other countries a chance? I mean, I don't want to get too political, but this is one of the major failures of multiculturalism. Advocates claim that you get to experience cuisine from all these vibrant foreign cultures, but in the international food section, there exists only one culture. Goya! You know how everyone ignores Latin America in Hearts of Iron? Well, I guess that region exacts its revenge by invading the international section at your local grocery store. But that's all I have for today, so make sure to comment below what your experience in the international section has been like. And until next time, Carla.